pack as much of it down in there between the drivers as we can, tuck some up under the edges here, get all, fill this whole area in front of the crossover. That's a pretty big void in there. So I would, everything you can get in there, get as much of it in as you can. Then you tuck the wires back in, and you got your last 6 screws, and that's it. Actually, that's not it. Now you gotta go do it twice. Gotta do the second one. And the last 4 4mm screws. These you want to torque down a little bit. You're probably not going to have any problem getting anywhere close to stripping these out because they're 4mm, and the nuts in the backside are pretty beefy. And you're going to notice that when you tighten this down, the face of the ribbon, the plastic part, actually deforms a little bit. And unfortunately, that's kind of normal. That's just the way they've always been. I've been dealing with these ribbons for about 5-6 years, and they're always like that. You'll see from the edge that no matter what you do, it gets kind of like a wavy shape, and that's just the way the ribbon is. There's nothing you can do about it. The plastic is kind of cheap. The die that they use to make these is kind of hollow on the back side, so it's not like a big solid chunk of plastic you're pulling down. But you definitely want to torque down on these pretty good, because you want to make sure that that rubber or that foam gasket on the back side seals around the perimeter of the ribbon really well. Otherwise you'll get air noise coming out from around the ribbon, and you definitely don't want that. So you can torque these down pretty good. And again, if you've got the binding posts and you're going to put these on a stand somewhere, you've got the little black rubber feeties that you're going to put on over the screw holes. If they're going to go onto the stand, you've got your plate that your holes are going to mount to. Once you've got this attached to your stand, we'll do another little video later of the putting the stand together. But your 5mm screws that are in your stand kit will go right through there and mount the speaker to the stand. And at that point, I recommend using these on top of the stand instead of the speaker if you've got the stands. Put them on the 4 corners of this, so when you put the speaker on top, you don't have paint on paint and you're not scratching both surfaces. Just put them right here in the corners, and then these 2 screws will torque down the plate to the rubber feet. That'll keep everything from scratching. But if you're going to put them on a bookshelf or next to a computer, you're going to want them out here over top of the screws instead. So you can use them either way. But that's pretty much it. That's assembling an entire speaker from start to finish. The only thing we didn't do on this was silicone everything and put the polyfill in. But other than that, that's a finished speaker, and this thing weighs about 12 pounds, 15 pounds. I don't know, it's heavy as hell. So enjoy. If you've got any questions, check the forum. I'll do a couple other little videos on some other little tips and tricks and stuff. When we go to put the stands together, we'll do that video. But that's it. A finished speaker. And it only took probably, I don't know, hour or 2. But, we've had quite a bit of practice on these. So I guess that's all for now. Get your speakers put together. Crank them up. Play them loud. Don't do like Gary did and hook them up to a 400x7 and just wait till something burns out. That was a bad idea. But they ran the living hell out of them, and all they did was burn out one driver. None of the crossover components failed. The ribbon didn't fail. They actually burned up the voice coil in one of the woofers, running it at probably over 400 watts. So that was, I think it was a torture test. They were trying to see what would give first, and it was one of the actual drivers gave out. So that's pretty good. We don't have to worry about the crossover components burning up. All right, enjoy.